It's J Hodge, the greatest and most unknown voice to the world. And yeah, off top, King AK-47. He be talking crazy, man. He be talking crazy. He be talking real loose. King AK-47 be talking crazy to y'all. He talking loose. Reckless. He talk crazy. He talk crazy, man. Normally, if you grew up in the neighborhood and somebody talk loose, somebody talk crazy, somebody out of pocket, we all know what the rules is. Or if you're on the West Coast, you know what your demonstration's supposed to be, and you know what the programming is. But for everybody else, you know what the rules and regulations, you know the protocol. You know what's up. But although King AK-47 be talking loose and be talking crazy, he right. He's right. The things that he speak on and what he talk about, he be right about those things. Because you know what? In our community, in our culture, you got to talk crazy. You got to talk crazy. You got to talk loose. Because that's the only way people going to pick up the message. It can't be proper. I remember watching the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and he said, the truth is supposed to hurt. It's supposed to sting. It's supposed to make you angry. It's supposed to make you riled up. It's supposed to make you frightened. You know why? Because it's the truth. It's not supposed to be easy. Right? So when King AK-47 be talking reckless and he talking loose and he be talking crazy, you get the message. And in our community, people got to understand that doing the same thing don't get you different results. It don't. You're not going to jump in the streets and do something different. Everything has already been done. You're not going to do nothing different. You ain't going to lay a different path. You're not going to bring nothing new. You ain't going to do nothing different. It's the same way with this music. Guys that talking about they come from the streets, this, that, and the fourth, okay. You're not going to rap nothing new. Your style not going to be new. Your cadence not going to be new. Your beats not going to be new. Your sound is not going to be new. It's been done. The game don't change. Only the players do. Again, the game don't change. Only the players do. So with King AK-47 talking about being fathers, having kids, being in the streets, wanting to be these financial bosses, but you're not living long enough to even see the money. One thing about it is people talk about long money, but you ain't living long enough to see it. You ain't living long enough to have long money. How you going to talk about long money and having bread and being caked up and this, that, and the fourth, and you not even living long enough to touch it, to really count up, to really stack bread? You look at these systems that's already in place. Remember what prison is. Real estate. Real estate has to be occupied. That's the only way you're going to turn a profit. If you don't have any occupancy, you won't get any gains. There won't be any profits. You won't have no profit margin. It'll be a sunken cost. You don't have being street don't mean being dumb. It don't mean being a crash dummy. That's not what it means. But it's not the end all, be all of everything. Intelligence rules all, man. Intelligence rules everything around me. That's how you gotta operate. But if you got children, you got kids, you ain't got no trust funds, you ain't got no life insurance, you ain't got them no stocks, no bonds, no nothing. But you talk about getting money, having money, but you ain't gonna live long enough to see that money. You ain't gonna live long enough to really be able to spend that money and enjoy that money and see what the fruits of your labor do for your kids. King AK-47, he talk loose, he talk reckless, but he right. He right. Same thing don't give you different results. It's not how it works. But on top of that, the game don't change. The players do. That's it. That's all. The game don't change. The players do. So if you a new player and you think you finna change the game, you're not changing the game. But I can tell you one thing. Everybody that's out there right now making it worse. Jumping on that phone, hooping and hollering and doing all, you're making it worse. Showing this and showing that at every second, every hour, every day, every other week, every month, whatever. You're making it worse. And you're not doing nothing but making yourself an occupant in some very prime real estate. There is no criminal justice system without criminals. Duh. So what does that tell you? For everybody that got their money in their hand in that sector of business, everything that everybody doing right now, they love it. They love it. As an investor, you love it. If crime rates is up, whoo, you love it. That's upside. That's upside. Crime is a market, just like everything else. There's markets. Crime is a market. And market got upside and downside. If crime is up, that's good for the investors. Problem is, ain't nobody in our community, in our culture invested. You literally the product. That's the product that the investors is betting on. And they betting on great upside, great earning potential. So let them do what they do. Let them wild out on social media. Yeah, let the single father household, the single mother household rate spike. Let the single father household spike. Let the women talk down and talk loose and talk reckless in these rap songs. Let the men continue to do that too. Just let the whole group get reckless, get wild. Because we get upside. The whole country get upside. So he right. King AK-47, when he talk about his channel, he be right. I'm not talking about the nonsense. I ain't talking about the this and the that. I'm talking about when he talking directly to all y'all quote unquote street guys, quote unquote street this, street that, OG this, OG that. I ain't got no OGs. I don't check in. All you saying is you ain't got no wisdom. You ain't got no guidance. You ain't got no advisor. Every smart businessman needs an advisor, a mentor. If you ain't got a mentor and advisor, you losing. You telling me you listening to yourself? Nobody else in your ear to give you a different perspective. You ain't got a staff. You ain't got a team. Shit. Well, I don't know what type of business you conducting if you in the streets. You ain't got a staff. You ain't got a team. You ain't got a board. You ain't got a board of members that can take you in different heights and different. You ain't got no It's the same thing. But you got to talk reckless. You got to talk loose like King AK-47 to y'all, man. Y'all supposed to be men. There's boys, there's males, there's men. You got kids, you supposed to be a man, and you don't even have a structure. You don't even have a business structure for yourself. You don't have to have a physical business. You are the business. You. Whatever you do, your son gonna do, your daughter gonna follow. So what type of business you conducting? You get money, but you dying before you could really. So you gotta question who really getting it. Because every year is a risk. You doing the same thing every year. And your risk profile, the risk management is getting smaller and smaller. To the point that there is no management. You just risking it. Now who gonna want to invest in that? And then people be running why they not getting no record deals and this and that. You too risky. You all risk, no upside. You ain't doing nothing but going down, down, down. You just don't realize it because you ain't got no team. You ain't got no board of, you ain't got no members. You fooling. You fooling. You all over the place. You ain't got no structure. You ain't got no mission statement. You ain't got nothing. What is they put money into? Where's the money? Where's the money really going? Man, y'all got to think. When you talk business, you got to know your business. This is every aspect of a business. Because I'm going to tell you, when you win, the streets require business acumen. That's why it's so, those who convert, they do it well. They hustle well. They don't never fall. They double up. They triple up. They billions up. They billions up. They got it all the way up there. And they're going to keep it stuck. So you can't jump in there and think that the people you following after, inspired by, didn't have no business acumen. You got to know numbers. You got to have a good team, a solid team. But for you to be a father or for you to be a mother, because women be in the streets too, and you ain't got a solid team and people telling confidential information they shouldn't be telling, classified information that's private between you and whoever else, and that get out, and now you occupying that real estate. Now you a part of the state. You ain't got no business sense. Can't possibly. You can't possibly. But you can't. King AK-47, man, he be talking crazy. He be talking crazy, man. He be talking reckless. He be talking loose. But, hey, voice of the streets, right? Then that's how the talk gotta be. Because I don't know nobody. Ain't nobody talking calmly. Ain't nobody talking with patience. It's urgency. Everything is on a every day you wake up. Time clock. Difference in y'all. The difference is y'all clocking out. Timing out early. So all for nothing. For nothing. Business, man. You gotta know you gotta be up here with it. King AK-47, right? Y'all got mental malfunctions, man. You got a kid. You got another life form depending on you. And you in the street doing nothing but risks. No upside. No risk management. You could move the right way Everybody want to talk, oh, I'm moving the right way. I know how to move. I know how to move. I know how to move. How you know how to move if you ain't got no structure? What are you moving towards? What's your mission statement? What's the risk management? What's your upside? What does it look like? How long are you going to be in business? Or is somebody going to put you out? It's always new players in the game. Always new players entering the market that could put you out. How are you managing your risk against that? The talk is not different. From the boardroom to the streets is not different. You just got to apply. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Come on, man. Y'all fooling. So yeah, hey, King AK-47 got every right to be talking loose like that, to be talking reckless like that. Because that's the only way you're going to get the message clear through your head, thick through your skull. And y'all let him. You got to. Because who else going to tell it? Because when everybody else do, oh, he ain't from the streets, so he don't. Man. It's a lot of people invested in a lot of things that ain't from them ways, that ain't from them industries, that ain't from. But they got general knowledge of what it takes to get money and keep it and live, to keep touching it. Just because somebody not from the streets don't mean they can't relate to what your mission is, to what your goals is. You can pick something up. You can pick up game. Because while you so focused on, hey, he got to be from the streets or she got to be from the streets, she ain't from the streets. Gee, listen, that's horizontal. You want to listen to somebody on the same level as you, that's no wonder you ain't got no strong team. No wonder. No wonder you all risk. No upside. Not worthy of any investment. You horizontal with it. You ain't got nobody linear that's looking at it from a different level. A hand out and a hand up is two different things. But your minds be malfunctioning. Oh, I ain't taking no handouts. A hand up is not a handout. I can get into some other scenarios where y'all done got some hands up. Y'all done got hands up in these streets. But I'm not going to get into that because that's not to be discussed on camera. But y'all know. The community knows. The culture knows. And really, the streets not even really a part of our culture. Not truly. But it's a tool. It's a resource. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to go into a cultural history lesson. That's for another time, another platform, another day. Just know, King AK-47, he talk crazy, he talk reckless, he talk loose, but that's the only way the community and all y'all that's out there can get the message. You gotta have structure. You gotta have a team. You gotta have a board of members. You gotta have mentors. You gotta have advisory. And you gotta have investors. And you gotta get money and manage your risks so you can keep getting money and live long enough to have long money. That's how the game go. But the game don't change. The players do. That's what anything. That's what life. Life is always going to be life. People going to come. People going to go. It's going to always be new players. So if you got son, them the new players. You got kids, them the new players. So develop them the right way. So they can't just play the game. They can master the game. Own their game. Kill the game. Because they got a great mentor. They got a great advisor. They got a member on their board. They got somebody that's linear with it. Adults, if you a grown man, grown woman, you gotta think linear. Cause your kid down here, horizontal. So as a parent, you're not a kid, but you once was, but you're not gonna come on a horizontal level to put them up, to raise them up. You gotta be up to raise them up. But we ain't finna get all off into that. Just know, man, King AK-47 be talking crazy. Be talking loose. But that's that you gotta talk crazy, you gotta talk loose, and you gotta be reckless, and you gotta deliver it that way for the community and everybody that's quote unquote street to get the message.